Atlanta Motor Speedway is the location for stop number 4 on the Castrol GTX Cup Series as we present to you the Motorcraft 500. And this, by the way, is the old Atlanta. In case some of you guys are wondering, this is actually not the Atlanta everybody in the community seems to be familiar with. Excuse me, but this is actually the old Atlanta layout. We're racing here today. 50 laps of action is going to be here. It's going to take place here today. And so far, 3 races on the season so far, we've actually ran on 3 different racetracks. We ran Daytona, we ran the 1 mile at Rockingham, we ran a short track at Richmond. It ended up being a total crap show, but anyway, this is the first of the 3 straight intermediate tracks we're going to be running here today. This is Atlanta is what we're at here today. And here's Southern Brothers running event. On the pole is Jessica Shelton. Her pole speed at 183 miles an hour, and the Budweiser Ford car number 11. She'll be alongside the Quaker State Ford car number 26 of Sky Commons. He'll be alongside. Row 2, it's Georgia native Cole Deaver on the inside of the GM Goodrich Chevrolet car number 3. And beside him, Seth Cole, number 98, the Bojangles Ford. By the way, Deaver and Shelton have 2 of our in-car cameras in today's event. Third row, we'll have Quentin Moore, 21, the Sitco Ford, and Preston Florida, number 18, Interstate Batteries Chevrolet. Fourth row is nothing but Dillon's. Poteet, number 22, the Maxwell House Ford, and Young in the number 2 Miller Genuine Draft Pontiac. Row 5 has Daytona 500 champion Eli Bright, the number 8 Ray Bess's Ford, and he'll be alongside Joshua Osborne, number 15, the Motorcraft Ford, the sponsors race here for today's event. Osborne is our third in-car camera. The 6th row will find Charles Sanford, number 24, the DuPont Chevrolet, and defending series champion Kyle Matthews, who broke through at Richmond this last race on the tour. He's the number 42 Melly Yellow Pontiac. Next row down has number 6 Becca Tellier, the Valvoline Ford, and Mike Becker, a former winner of this racetrack, and number 44 STP Pontiac. Next row down has number 16 Cat Besson, the Keystone Beer Planters Ford, and number 52, Zachary Fitzwater, the Napa Auto Parts Ford. Next row down has Jesse Turner, number 71, and beside him will be number 25, Jonathan Sorlin, a former Daytona 500 pole sitter. Next row down has Johnny Gardner, number 7, the Western Hooters Ford, and beside him will be number 31, the Goodwrench Mom and Pop Chevrolet of Jose Mills. Next row down has James Henry, number 75, the Factory Stores of America Ford, and Keith Batson, 26 Haviland Ford. Next row down has Vince Almarego, number 83, the Purex Detergent Ford, and the winner at Rockingham this season, William Brock, in the Kodak Film Chevrolet car number 4. Next row down is Simon Bloomfield, number 9, of the Orkin Pest Control Ford, and number 33, the Skull Bandit Chevrolet of Ryan Brommer. Next row down is Rob Evans, number 12, the Meineke Mufflers Ford, and number 68 Country Time Ford of T.J. Dent. Next row down has number 1, Diego Yepes, in the Skull Classic Ford, and number 40, Dirt Devil Pontiac of Mitchell Collins. Next row down is Nicholas Wade, number 14, the Kellogg's Cornflakes Chevrolet, and he'll be alongside number 90, Paul Minnick, in the Hollig Meyer Stores Ford. Next row down has number 55, Nathan Orman, in the Jasper Engines Ford, and he'll be alongside number 17, Zach Winkle, in the Western Auto Chevrolet. Next row down is Riley Spurley Tube, in number 27, the McDonald's Ford, and Ty Dent, number 30, the Pennzoil Pontiac. And starting shotgun in the field will be Jay Jefferson, number 5, the Tide Chevrolet. So the field's going to get set for the field of 37 awaiting the word to start the engines here for today's event in Atlanta. 3 races so far this season and 3 different winners. We have run on 3 different racetracks so far. A plate track at Daytona, the 1 mile at Rockingham, a short track at Richmond, and we're the first of 3 straight intermediate tracks here at Atlanta. Then next race after that will be at Darlington. Next race after that one will be at Texas. And then before we start on 3 straight short tracks, here comes the command to fire the engines.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines, that is. They see the field rolling off for the start for the pace lap here. Pontiac Trans Am pace car leads them down. Mentioned the next few races here. We were at Atlanta today. The next race after this will be at Darlington, and then Texas will be the third. Then will be the next race after that for 3 straight intermediate tracks on the tour, and then after that will be 3 straight short track races, which will be at Bristol. Then after that will be at North Wilkesboro. Then after that will be at Martinsville, the shortest and the slowest of the 3, and then we go from the shortest and the slowest at Martinsville to the longest and the fastest at Talladega. After that, for race number 10. Then after that will be the first road course race of the season at Sonoma, and then after that will be the first. Will be after Sonoma will be staying at California at Auto Club Speedway, and that will be the race this season before the All Stars at Charlotte. So, little preview of what we'll see in the first race of the season. So, pace car next on the pit road. The field being led the hands of 2 Fords, Jessica Shelton in the red car and the green car of Sky Commons. Green flag is out. We're underway at Atlanta. And Cole Deaver giving Jessica Shelton a bit of a draft here as they come through the first and second turn. Shelton has the early advantage. Her and Cole Deaver were the dominant cars in happy hour. We'll see if anybody else has got anything for those front 2 cars here. We'll see here. Quentin Moore looks like he might have a shot here in that number 21 Sitco machine, as he takes the Morgan Shepherd cars up to or trying for second position here as they come to the start finish line. Shelton leads the first lap. Here comes Deaver to the inside in number 3 Goodwrench Chevy. Deaver is a native of Georgia, but he lives more near the Florida line, believe it or not. So Daytona really is his home track, as opposed to right here at Atlanta. On board, Cole Deaver's car from the back end of his machine. Jessica Shelton pulling alongside of him. Don't know who led that lap. It's saying Deaver did by just a few hundredths of a second, as Quentin Moore pulls up to the back bumper in a Sitco Ford. Eli Bright now already moving his way up to the 3rd position now. Shelton dropping up just a slight, though. Shelton does have a love-hate relationship with Atlanta, however, because she sometimes runs good here, and she has won here in other series, but never in this series, believe it or not. So she would love to get to break that Atlanta jinx in this series and get a win here. She's run good here at times, but other times she has just flat not run good here. But right now, running up front, it is Cole Deaver in the GM Goodwrench Chevrolet. Eli Bright now moves in the second position. Sky Commons now moves inside of Quentin Moore for 3rd position here, as Commons has got the help from Charles Sanford in number 24. Commons, of course, in 26. Off the second corner they come here. As now Sanford gets by Shelton now. Here comes Becca Tellier in the 6th car. Seth Cole in 98. Moving inside of Kat Batson in 16 as that's for position. See what position that's for as they come to the start-finish line. That is for 8th spot. And Dylan Young getting passed by Joshua Osborne in 15. Riding with Osborne in the Motorcraft Ford. Getting the draft off the Bojangles Ford of Seth Cole. Now from Jessica Shelton's view in the Budweiser Budweiser Ford. Take a look at the tachometer right in the middle of the dashboard. Up to about 9,000 RPMs, 92, 93, 90, about 9,300 as they go into turn number 1. And down about no lower than about maybe 8,400. Getting the draft off of 21 and Quentin Moore in the Sitco Ford. Dillon's both going by. Poteet in 22, Young in the 2, running right behind Preston Plord in 18. As he's hooked up with Osborne in the 15 machine. Eli Bright meantime moves up the track here as he and Charles Samber both stuck up on the high side. Sky Cummins now moves into second place now behind Cole Deaver. And moving up to third is Becca Tellier in the number 6 car as she takes the Martin colors up to third spot. So Fords are second, third, fourth, and fifth. You got Chevrolet second and sixth. Or first and sixth, excuse me, at the moment. And I'll tell you what, that 6 car is going to be one to watch here. Becca Tellier moves up in the second position at the moment as she's moving up rather nicely. But Cole Deaver's showing the way right now in that GM Goodrich colors. Some more cars there moving to the inside lane there. Jose Mills in 31. Johnny Gardner in the 7 car. There's Kyle Matthews in 42. As Quentin Moore and Jessica Shelton still cannot get down to the low, cannot find the low side of the track to get around. And right there behind, that's Jonathan Zorlin in 25. Shelton dropping back to the 15th position after starting from the pole. And I think leading a lap in this race. Jesse Turner moving his way through the field here. There's Diego Yepes in the 1 car. Mike Becker, 44. Zachary Fitzwater in 52. And there is James Henry in the 75 car. He runs right now in 22nd position as he is battling with the 83 Vince Almarego, the 4 car of William Brock, 28 of Keith Batson, and the 14 of Nicholas Wade. Batson not having a good part of starting the season so far. The 28 car, he has won here at Atlanta before. And on this old configuration, I should say, of Atlanta. But Batson having problems right now. He's running in 25th position to make that 24th now as he's gotten by Vince Almarego. Mitchell Collins up in the 4th car runs in 27th position. He had a great run at Richmond, the last race in the Tour. Nathan Orman in 55. There is the 12 of Rob Evans. 9 Carson Bluefield was in 30th position. Ryman Brommer, 31st. 32nd, TJ Dent. 33rd, Paul Minnick. 34th, Riley Spurley-Tube. 35th is Ty Dent. 36th is Zach Winkle. And Jay Jefferson running all alone in 37th position. Dylan Poteet, meanwhile, moves up to the 2nd position now in that number 22 machine. Poteet has not won a race in a long time in this series, and he'd like to get us back to victory lane here today. Charles Sanford up to 3rd position. Johnny Gardner now challenging Preston Plord for 4th position. That's Gardner in 7, Plord in the 18. Gardner originally from the state of New York and now lives in Colorado. I think he is from New York, actually. Preston Plord is from Connecticut, but he's all about Colorado sports teams, strangely enough. He is stuck on the high side for the moment, though, right, along with Becca Tellier in 6th and Joshua Osborne in 15. Riding with the 15 of Osborne at the moment. He runs in, came across the line last time in 8th position. Sky Cummins in 26 going by him. And I think I see in the rearview mirror, that's the 25 of Kodiak car of Jonathan Zorlin. In the meantime, challenge for the lead is about to happen here. That is Poteet and Deaver going at it. That's for the lead. Deaver had it by just about a bumper length for the moment, but here comes Pote to the inside. Pote from the state of Kentucky. Moving his way up to the lead right now. And where did the 31 of Jose Mills come from? The Mills in the 31 machine runs out in fourth position at the moment, as he's being helped by Kyle Matthews in 42 as he gets by Charles Sanford. Now 26 of Sky Cummins goes inside of Sanford for the moment. Sky in the 26, as we said. Sanford in 24. Ford versus Chevrolet. And Preston Port has moved down to get some help. And meantime, Kat Batson in 16 has moved her over into the field, but actually I should say moved her way up the track, excuse me, as Jessica Shelton now tries to fight her way back to the front. But here comes the battle for the lead. Cole Deaver trying to go underneath Poteet once again, and let's see what happens in turn number 1. And that's Matthews looking for the lead himself in that number 42 machine. Preston Plord now trying to muscle Sanford up the track, and he does so, and he's got Shelton behind him in the number 11. So some battles going all the way around the track though for position. Shelton up to the 8th position. Sky Cummins has dropped to 9th with Zorlin rounding out the top 10. Meantime, Batson and Osborne have both dropped out of the top 10. But they are battling for position. It's for 11th place they're going for. Quentin Moore, Mike Becker's in this mix. Seth Cole trying to find his way up to the field, as is Zachary Fitzwater, Becca Tellier, Eli Bright, and Dylan Young. Young finding himself right now in 19th position. And several of the cars here, they're trying to fight their way up to the draft right there. That's James Henry, White Nicholas Wade, Keith Batson, Jesse Turner, and the 83 of Vince Alvarego here. The 4 car of William Brock running 26 at the moment. He's trying to figure out where he's trying to catch up as well, as is the 40 car behind him of Mitchell Collins. As we go back to this pack of cars, battle for the lead again. Cole Deaver up front here, as he's got Charles Sanford underneath Jose Mills for the moment. That's the 24 and 31 cars. As Deaver moves back to the lead. Mills currently has the fastest lap of the race at 182.14 miles per hour. Remember, Jessica Shelton qualified pole at 183. So we saw the RPM tach here. We saw the tachometer in the middle of the the dashboard on one of the in-car cameras. So this track we mentioned is an engine builder's nightmare. As you saw, in the turns they go no lower than 8,400 RPMs. But in the middle, on the straightaways, they do go push about 9,000 RPMs, about 9,400 is how much they push going into the turn. So this track, as we said, like Atlanta, Texas, Charlotte, places like that is an engine builder's nightmare. Because you build those engines on those cars, and you don't know and you're turning high RPMs all day long, and you don't know if it's going to last the whole race. To say nothing how it is like for the 600 at Charlotte, obviously. But we are halfway home already in this fast-paced Motorcraft 500 in Atlanta. Cole Deaver leads, second place battle going on between Charles Sanford and Jessica Shelton. A couple of friends going at it, and Shelton takes the position away, and now the South Carolinian goes toe-to-toe with the Georgian now. Sanford, of course, from here, and throw in California and Connecticut in this bunch here. Connecticut for Plord, California for Sanford. So the front, so there you see front four cars here. Cole Deaver started his race in third position at number 3 Goodrich Machine. Looks for his second win in Atlanta. He won this very event 2 seasons ago in a battle between he and Kyle Langland. In hopes to take the GM Goodrich Machine to the victory lane again at Atlanta, at his home state. But Jessica Shelton, she's got some incentive herself and wanting to win at this track so bad. Sanford, on the other hand, well, he's won a championship here at Atlanta. He clinched the championship here on this track back in season 15, but never has won a race here. So the front four is pulled away as Plord moves inside for third position. Meantime, 3 wide. There's Quentin Moore inside of Joshua Osborne and Dylan Young. Kyle Matthews up the track right there in the 42 car. Becca Taylor's trying to fight her way up to the field against Quentin Moore. Strong horse at number 21 car. He moves inside of Eli Bright and Mike Becker now. I think that's for a top 10 right there, too, for the 21 team. And meantime, no problems for the 26 of Sky Commons. Sky Commons, the outside pulsar in the 26 Quaker State Ford, dips down below the track. And we'll see if it's going to be an unscheduled pit stop or a problem or what. 55 miles an hour to pit road speed limit here at Atlanta. As he brings the Ford to the attention of the Quaker State crew. Tough break for Sky Commons, who was having an excellent day. Started second in this race, run top 10 for most of this race. And pulls into the pits and up out of the race goes Sky Commons. Have to hate that for him. And it was a gearbox failure on the Quaker State Ford. So Sky Commons, after having such excellent runs in the first few races of the season, was, I think, second or third in points coming into this event. But, of course, there were only 4 races in the event, but it's not too late to be talking about points towards the championship. And Shelton's diving in the pits. I think Shelton's coming on the pit road. And I don't know if it's a blown engine or what in Shelton's car, but she is slow on the track. Oh, my God. Well, I tell you what, the Atlanta jinx never seems to end for Jessica Shelton. And the Budweiser machine was challenging for second place on Charles Sanford. And now suddenly she may be on her way to... now she may have an unscheduled pit stop herself. It's like Sky comes in a lap ago, and there she is. And she is going to go a lap down in that Budweiser car. There's Ty Dent and Riley Spurley tube going around. As is Zach Winkle and Jay Jefferson. 55 miles an hour on pit road again. Shelton brings her car to the attention of the Budweiser crew. And say... Oh, gosh. You have to hate that for Shelton as well, because, I mean, so 2 of our top contenders, Shelton and Commons, both having problems just past the mid-stages race, as we are now completing the 35th lap of this race, and 2 of the iconic numbers going at it for the lead here, the 3 of Cole Deaver and the 24 of Charles Sanford. Sanford trying to close in on Deaver at the moment. Deaver, now with Shelton out of the picture, he may have this race all to himself, though. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, though, because there's still 14 laps to go after this race. And Jess is back on the track for the moment, but unfortunately not in contention for the lead right now. So, anyway, Cole Deaver out in front, so we take a ride inside the GM Goodwrench Chevy. So he goes his lap around Atlanta. Right down in the bottom lane of the racetrack here as he goes off turn number 2. So as he goes off the second turn, off about 171 off turn number 2. Backstretch into turn 3. Deaver drives it in the third turn, 179 miles an hour. Down about 164 through the middle of 1 and middle of 3 and 4. And I force the throttle again, 172, I think, coming off turn number 4. And that lap by for Deaver, 175.599 miles an hour, just over 176 miles an hour. For the GM Goodwrench Chevrolet, Sanford's last lap, 176.169. So Cole Deaver and Sanford having a pretty good battle. Meantime, and those two have pulled away also from the third place car of Zachary Fitzwater. He and Dylan Young, Becca Tellier, Seth Cole, Mike Becker, everybody in this mix of cars here, including the sponsors race car of Joshua Osborne. And you're riding with Osborne right now, running in 8th position at the moment, up ahead Seth Cole in 7th. And they're trying to close up on the front 2 cars. We are coming now for 10 laps to go. They're in the Motorcraft 500. 36 cars still in the racetrack right there. Shelton, the only car a lap down in this race, and the only car out of the race is Sky Cummins with a gearbox failure. Osborne had to back the car off at the back off. Still slight though, getting too close to the car of Seth Cole. Osborne making the move from Nemco Motorsports a season ago with the Burger King Chevrolet up to the number 15 Bud Moore Ford with the Motorcraft sponsorship. And he has driven for this team before. It was this team who he drove for back in season 3 in the series, believe it or not. Dylan Young, meantime, up to the 3rd position at the moment there, as he is battling with his pack of cars. In the meantime, Cole Deaver set sailing right now as the leads again. Charles Sanford 2nd position. Looking through this back of the pack of the cars right there. There's Paul Minnick and Ryan Brommer. TJ Dent going underneath Simon Bloomfield. That's for 28th position. Rob Evans in 27th. Nathan Orman 26th. 25th. James Henry 24th. William Brock. Not the run he wanted to have, though, considering he was the points leader coming into this event over Eli Bright. Coming out of the race at Richmond. Al Morego running 23rd, 22nd, Mitchell Collins. 21st is Jesse Turner. Kyle Matthews, coming off his win at Richmond, is now running 20th at the moment. He has dropped back considerably. He and Dylan Poteet both. As Poteet now tries to go up underneath Keith Batson. That's 18th position right there. 17th is Diego Yepes. 16th is Jonathan Zorlin. And there is Eli Bright in the 8 car, runs in 15th position at the moment in the number 8 Rebesses Ford. Another guy who has dropped back considerably has been Preston Ford in the 18 car. He's right now running in about to take 13th, maybe 12th position now from Johnny Gardner. Johnny up the track here, Preston on the bottom of the track. But Gardner has the momentum on the high side of the track from the Alan Quickie colors. So they go into turn number 1 again. Quentin Moore just up ahead. He's in the 11th position. Nicholas Wade, though, you got to give a call to him in the number 14 Kellogg's Cornflakes machine. He is now a man who has run mid-pack for most of his race. He's now up in the top 10 for the moment in the Kellogg's Cornflakes Chevrolet. He was impressive in the last season in the Quaker State colors, and now he is winning 2 races, including the Charlotte 500 and the Pepsi 400 at Daytona, as well as one of the 125 qualifiers last season as well. So Rookie of the Year last season, and he is rookie no more. That number 14 car, he is running like a veteran in that machine, like he is one of the Charles Sanfords, the Dylan Youngs, the Jessica Sheltons, and Seth Coulson, and whoever. Mike Becker dropping back just a bit right there. It's Dylan Young and Seth Cole go at it and throw Osborne in this mix right there. The 2, 98, and 15. 2 4s and a punting. You make sure you should throw another Ford and punting in there with Cat Batson and Mike Becker. So Dylan Young moves up to third position. Osborne trying to help. Meantime, they are closing in on the front two of Sanford and Deaver. But I don't think they have any time to get up to him. I don't think they do. As they are coming to 2 to go this time by, but they are closing in on lap traffic. That's the 5 of Jay Jefferson. And this is what Deaver wants to do, is try to get a lap car between he and the second place car of Charles Sanford. As now he's close up behind the 17 of Zach Winkle, and he's trying to get a drive off him. Sanford is closing up, though, because Deaver's having trouble getting around the 17 car. But Sanford's trapped behind the 5 of Jay Jefferson as they come off the 4th turn. The white flag waves at Atlanta. Here comes Sanford to the inside of Jefferson. Deaver throws the block, though, on him. Now we have a race for the win, possibly the 3 and the 24 car. So let's see who's in victory lane at the end of this race. Deaver pulls ahead as Sanford now closing up on the back bumper. 2 more turns to go. What's Charles Sanford going to do with that 24 car as they come to the 3rd and 4th turns now? Sanford still staying about the same distance as he is. Off the 4th turn he comes, and the man from Georgia has done it again in his home state. Cole Deaver wins the Motorcraft 500 in Atlanta. So for the 2nd time in 2 seasons, Cole Deaver takes the GM Goodwrench Chevrolet to victory lane at his home state of Georgia as he takes it all today. 2nd is Charles Sanford. 3rd will go to Seth Cole. 4th to Dylan Young. Joshua Osborne comes home 5th. 6th will go to Zachary Fitzwater. Cat Batson 7th. 8th will go to Becca Tellier. Eli Bright comes home 9th, and 4th and 10th will go to Mike Becker. So caution free here today at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Average speed 177, 715. As 4 races are in the books, as we are, great race today here on this racetrack here, and excuse me. Rest of the finishers here today: Jonathan Sorlin comes home 11th, a solid day for him. Preston Plord 12th. 13th will go to Quentin Moore as a frustrated Jessica Shelton pulls on the pit road. Knew she had a good shot at this race, but alas, problems nailed her in the middle of this race. 14th will go to Nicholas Wade. Quentin Moore 13th. Nicholas Wade 14th in car number 14. Keith Batson worked his way up to 15th. 16th will go to Dylan Poteet. Jose Mills 17th. Kyle Matthews 18th. Johnny Gardner drops to 19th, and Diego Yepes comes home in 20th position. William Brock 21st. 22nd will go to Jesse Turner. 23rd, Mitchell Collins. 24th, Vince Almerego. 25th, James Henry. 26th, Nathan Orman. 27th will go to Rob Evans. 28th, will go to TJ Dent. 29th to Paul Minnick. 30th to Ryan Brommer. Simon Bloomfield, Ty Dent, Riley Spurleytube, Riley Spurleytube was the last car on the lead lap. Zach Winkle and Jay Jefferson both fell a lap down in the last lap of this race, so 34th and 35th. Jessica Shelton, a frustrating 36th for her after being up in the top 5 for most of this race. And Scott Coleman, the only car out of the race with a gearbox going on his Quaker State Ford. So that's the story from Atlanta Motor Speedway here. Cole Deaver dominates the day and wins the Motorcraft 500 as he takes it all in his home state of Georgia. As we'll go to Darlington next summer for the Dodge Challenger 500. If you'd like to see over, subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports Gaming channel. We got everything else channel. We got NNSCRA gaming videos. We have president of the NNSCRA Gold Reserve channel. Desires for this channel. And please be sure to check out the other NNSCRA series, including the Coors Light Truck Series, the Pizza Hut X Series, the Hershey's Cup Series, and the Last West Light Series, as well as Michael Norman's Budweiser All Pro Series, as well as Levi McIntyre's NNSCRA Marvel Studios Cup Series. Please be sure to check those series out as well, and you will not regret it. And some of the best NNSCRA, some of the best offline races are under the NNSCRA umbrella. So that will do it today here in Atlanta. Congratulations again to Cole Deaver, the winner of the Motorcraft 500. For now, this is James Colsman in production of the NNSCRA. Offline racing at its best.